live stream in quite some time. I think it was December the last time I went live, and that was when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I think now we're at 13 something. So slowly but surely, we're climbing up there. I appreciate everybody who is newly subscribed. I know I've gotten a lot of people through my Jack Reacher content. It's really been bringing people in here lately. But that's not the only thing I do on this channel. I do all kinds of stuff. So, I haven't done it in so long. I figured why not? I'm sitting here waiting on this load to be ready at work, and I figure why not go live for a few minutes and chat about something that my wife and I were talking about today. We were talking about UFOs because I saw some news article, another of many that are out right now, about how the military is acknowledging and the government is acknowledging the existence of these UFOs, or what do they call them now? UAFs or UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's hard to see like what these things are. It could be some kind of interference or something on this radar or on these cameras. It's hard to say, but next month the Pentagon is supposed to be releasing information about this. Like, Congress is supposed to be briefed on all this stuff, and they're supposed to kind of dig into what it is, what's going on. And so hopefully, I mean, how cool would it be if we got some answers like, yeah, we've known for a long time UFOs, exist. We don't know what they are or where they're from, but, or maybe there will be more information. Who knows? But it's just exciting. It's exciting. It's hard for me to imagine people who don't believe, at least in the possibility of life besides human beings out there somewhere in the universe. It seems really I don't know what the word is. It seems really narrow-minded to think that life only evolved here, especially with how big the universe is conceivably. It's like we know that there are other solar systems. We know that there are planets that are in that sweet spot, like Earth, in relation to their sun, that can support life. What they call in Star Trek M-class planets. They're capable of sustaining life. There are other planets like Earth that we know of. I mean, we haven't been there. We haven't landed any probes there or anything like that. But we know that they exist. And it's hard for me. It's unfathomable that there wouldn't be some life somewhere out there, right? There has to be. There has to be. It wouldn't make any sense. It also seems really like self-indulgent, self-righteous, maybe arrogant to believe that we're the only sentient thing in the entire universe, given how massive it is. And like I said, given how it's possible for things to live on other planets. And that, since there's evidence that some of the planets even around us may have been capable of sustaining life a long, long time ago. I mean, they have water, which means they would have oxygen, breathable atmosphere at some point, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, it's exciting stuff, man. It's exciting stuff. I love that we're getting back into space exploration. And I think we have Elon Musk to thank for a lot of that, just for pushing that forward and privatizing, this idea of space exploration, which had never really been done before. Not actually done. Not where someone was actually creating their own rockets and sending people into space. It's awesome. It's awesome that and I feel like that there was a strong emphasis on pulling money away from the space program for a long time now, the past 30 years, 40 years. And I get it. I get it. There's plenty of things we need to take care of right here on Earth. But I believe in what Musk is doing, what SpaceX is doing, because the goal, their entire philosophy over there is making humanity an interplanetary species, having us live on multiple planets, and just the idea that that might be the only way we continue the species on, for years and years. Something happens to this planet if we destroy it by our own means, if it's struck by a meteor, something like that. The only way humans survive is if we have some colonies on other planets. It's the only way it works. Only way we continue. If a big enough asteroid struck the Earth right now, humanity would be wiped out forever. That's it. But who's to say, like I said, that that's the only life in the universe? We don't know that. We don't know. But it's exciting that we're actually trying to do things again. Like, we're going to Mars. It's really happening. When I was a kid, they always talked about it. They talked about it. They even said, like, oh, in like 15 years, we'll be on Mars or whatever. And it just never happened because no one wanted to put any more money into space, into going into space exploration. And it's finally happening again. And I think with having a private company like SpaceX go and push it forward, make the progress that they're making, then you get like people starting to think about it again. Like, hey, maybe we should do this. Maybe we should explore other places. Maybe we should go try to make it to Mars finally. And I think we have, like I said, SpaceX to thank for that, because otherwise I don't think NASA would be as involved as they are if there wasn't somebody else kind of showing them up. Like, NASA for a long time was the only game in town, I mean, obviously other countries have their space programs as well, but, for a long time NASA was like the cutting edge, the leading authority in space exploration, and now you got a private company doing it, and maybe they feel the need to like get back in the game a little bit more, and I feel like it's exciting people again too, like to care about it, to want to put money into it, taxpayers to be like, oh, maybe we should do this. Maybe this is a good idea, and it's just starting the conversation again, and I think it's important, and I think it's awesome. It's another thing. There's something about like when we were trying to get to the moon, there was like there was an excitement around it. There was like a camaraderie around it, right? Like it was like, we're gonna do this as a species. We're gonna do this thing, and we haven't had anything, at least worldwide, like that in a really long time. And I just think this is the thing. This is what they're doing now. Everyone's getting back into space exploration, and I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. I hope that we continue to push forward. I really hope that we end up. What my hope for my life is that before I die, that commercial space flight is a thing. Even if I'm a really old man, if it's the last thing I get to do when I'm like 90 years old, if I make it to 90 years old, that would be fine with me. Like, that's something that's like an all-time thing. Like, that I, since I was a little kid, just always thought about how cool it would be to go to space. Do I want to be an astronaut? Not necessarily. No, I never really cared to be an astronaut. That was never the thing. I wouldn't want it to be my career. I want it. Imagine if we got to a point, and I feel like it will happen eventually. Just will it happen in our lifetime? But imagine we get to a point where you can just take a vacation to space. Maybe not even necessarily to Mars or to another planet, but just to go visit one of the space stations, right? Just to orbit the Earth for a week or something. Like, how cool would that be? Anyway. My load's about ready. I gotta jump off here, but just something to think about. I've been thinking about it a lot, just about space exploration and stuff. Like I said, my wife and I were talking about it earlier, about not space exploration, but the existence of life on other planets or in other areas of space. And yeah, it just got me thinking about it. So I figured I'd hop on here with my little extra time that I have. But, all right, thank you for watching. If you like this sort of thing where I just kind of talk talk about random things every day. It's usually entertainment or pop culture stuff, current events. It's not always just random stuff like this, but it's something different, and I try to do it every day. So if that's something you're interested in, getting something new and interesting in your feed every day, just to hear me ramble a little bit, I try to keep it interesting. If that's something you're into, please subscribe for more. And if you do decide to stick around and subscribe to the channel, then I will talk to you again tomorrow. Thanks.